Well, hello, and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire here on Buto Plays Whatever. In our previous episode, we wrapped up Ashen Maw, confronted a dragon, then confronted Ethos, and found out what his plan was. And that plan is to break the wheel. Literally, actually, in this aspect. He plans to make the gods return back to the world of the mortals, and thus breaking the wheel. And apparently, in doing so, it's gonna stop the resurrection of people. People won't be able to be reincarnated, which I believe is a good thing. I actually really like his plan. I'm down with it. These gods have put me through so much and put the people of this world through so much. I'm actually gung-ho to let him succeed, to tell you the truth. And I am prepared to let everybody go to hell in a handbasket, allowed to do that. Now, with that in mind, after we completed everything, he actually saved us. And even though I gave him a little bit of a what would you call it? A little bit of silent gesture, but like, yeah, whatever. Go ahead, save us, almighty God. After that, we took a mystical voyage. We landed back here in Nekataka, and then we're in front of the queen, and she basically said that we're going to have to determine our fate as far as who is going to accompany us to this mystical place where he's heading on to. Now, before we start doing anything, this guy right here wanted to have a little chit-chat with us. So let's go ahead and chit-chat with Prince Aruhui.
It is not every day that a ship pulls into port from Margaret's teeth. You are not too singed, I hope. Akira, but have you pried any secrets from the gullet yet?
Could just lie. Afraid I didn't find anything.
What say? Nothing at all?
No.
And the invoice medallion? What? It just washed ashore?
Maybe they were baiting you with a false lead.
Too clever for their kind by far, I say. Onikaza entrusted this job to remove a matter from her plate. But, Akira, I cannot waste precious hours interrogating you.
Okay.
Akira, but at least you returned to me in one piece. You are not the first agent I sent to the gullet, but you are the first to return.
That's good experience.
I cannot say that I desire to send you to worse places than the gullet, but...
Yeah, go on, dude.
Does the name Ukaizo mean anything to you?
Yes, it does. Boom.
Fable? No. History, I say. Ukaizo was the home of the Huana before cataclysm and destruction wiped the island from the Deadfire. That is the story. Story or no, I make no secret that we search for Ukaizo.
Aye, along with every other bare-masked, bilge-brained treasure hunter twixt here and Old Valia.
I've known sand crabs with a firmer grasp of a Darren, I say.
This is me. It's a Darren. Nation. Okay, whatever.
Our tribes are spread across many isles, but it is Ukaizo which binds us. Ukaizo, and the knowledge that we must return. To that end, a local cartographer secured a lead. A breadcrumb to a breadcrumb, I say. I sent an expedition to Matario Kozi, one of the Sanctuary Isles. They were to retrieve evidence of our lost homeland. They have yet to return.
Sanctuary?
There were sites where our ancestors grouped in terms of crisis. Constants in changing seas. You have the cartographer Atepo to thank. He wanders the Western Shrine if you would know more.
What makes you think that he has
The Sanctuary Isles give comfort and guidance to sailors on the long journey home.
Okay.
I am hoping the island can remember its purpose and return us to the home we lost.
How's it remain hidden?
The question for those with years to gather reads and scribe their thoughts. It might be that someone or something on the island does not wish to be found.
Okay.
In better times than these, I would have been happy to oblige.
All right, no
Akira,
further questions.
Then you are ready to depart?
I'll keep an eye out, no promises.
Before you go.
That did seem like too nice a way to end it.
True that, Eater.
The expedition. I have reason to believe they will not be returning to Nekataka. We found this at the palace doorstep, cut from the robe of the expedition leader. One mystery heaped on another, I say.
Let me see it. Fabric like wildly be unraveled. One of you ropes finds tentacles submerging all of his strength to treasure the hip deep water. Glance over your shoulder, but the women and the men of your company aren't there. The shape moves off in the distance. You draw your weapon, feeling now more alone than ever. The vision departs, leaving you with a deep pit in your stomach and the phantom sensation that nothing is gone, as the should have. The prince regards you expectantly. Nature is restless all the time, but I can guess nothing more.
I suspected this, as you say. Take care if you alight on Matario Cozy. My fear is that the island is sanctuary no more.
Okay.
Prepare yourself for a hard voyage northeast of Nekataka. Matario Cozy is nestled in the Kua Rakuhu Islands, in the midst of a landmass that resembles a storm, like the fall of Ukaizo locked in time.
Okay.
Watcher, even if Ukaizo is a myth, Motario Cozy is old enough that it may contain some clue about why Aothis is interested in the Deadfire.
Hey, Cap, be reminding me to drop anchor at the next brothel we pass. Some things I aim to be given a try before you go getting us all good and killed.
Sounds good, bro. Sounds good to me. So, there's our slight lead. Now, as I was checking out right before we headed on into here, the coming storm, which is the main hunt for Ethos. Now, it says in here, the local powers want me to put to work in support of the cause to reach a Kaizo committing to any of these, and them is sure to anger the others in the end. Okay, I could go it alone, but the SS won't be able to survive the journey without significant upgrades. I need the very best hull and sails available in the Deadfire in order to reach this place. I happen to have the very best hulls, or sails, the Dragon Wind sails, but then I need the very best hull as well, which is around 55,000. So we're about halfway there to that. Other than that, there's no leads in the Principe. There's this slight quest over here in the Valiant Trading Company, and that's the Animasters thing. I've been waiting for word from them in order to do that. We also have these little side quests on down here. Now, I'm filming this on a Friday. It's going to come out on a Tuesday. Over the weekend, I'm going to do a bunch of little side quests, gather up the money in order to get the hull upgrade, and then kind of take it from there. Because right now, we really don't have any leads. You know, there's no leads. Now, I want to go ahead and get the hell out of here and check where on the map some of these various places are. But you know what, people? Are you ready? Are you snuggled on down? Do you have your little dragon whelps next to you to keep you comfort through the journey? Because it's time to get our game on here. Time to get our game on here. The story is really, really picking on up, and I think we're on the last leg of this journey. And it's going to be super difficult. Honestly, the Ashen wasn't that bad in my mind, as far as you know, my concerns of toughness go. I thought it was going to be a little bit tougher than what it was, but we're actually able to talk ourselves through a lot of things, surprisingly. What's going on here? What's with you? You got a name? You guys got names? Anybody here got a real name? No, just nothing. So let's go ahead and leave by sea. I want to check things out on the map. I haven't done anything since the previous episode. Nothing at all. Okay. But we're going to come across an encounter. Let's see what's going on here. If the game so allows me to do. It's coming. Lately, it's been trudging along saying, I don't know what we're going to give you here. The cool waters of Nekataka's town wells serve poor and rich alike. Yet those who gather at the share the certain unmakeable features, tired Amamwa, visitors Yorks borne across labored backs and tattered Rapuro rags. Whether for themselves or their masters, each waits in a long line to claim a bucket full of fresh water. Waiting in line to fill a few water skins, speak with the locals. The Rapuro, long accustomed to ignoring their superiors, pay you little mind, only belatedly realizing that you dress them. One of them, an older woman, blinks dark eyes at you. Akira, it is Buto. I'm always hearing stories of you. Nekataka Wana good, valiant good. I got these good stats. It is said you're a decent person. A younger man chimes in. Not like so many of the foreign sort. Child reaches for your hand. Ew. What's going on over there? With a growing cascade of murmurs, the crowd unravels between you and the now bubbling wellhead. A black liquid splatters from between the stones of the well, and someone in the crowd screams. A muckman from the Reparo caste steps forward. His boots seem more sloshed than leather, but his plungers so long he'd fit in with any formation of pikemen. He raises a hand to the curling crowd. Be at ease, Akira. For what do you flee? I always am cleaning these. He blinks as the undulating formlessness of an ooze bubbles up from the well. He takes a step back, shaking. Stand your ground. Go, I'll take care of this. The Amora drops his plunger and bolts ungainly on shoddy boots. You turn to see a second ooze burst out of the well, shredding the well's yolk and scattering the pit stones. To me, citizens, I'll protect you. Let's do this. Water check only. Boom. Yeah, success, man. You ready yourself. We got this. We got this little interruption in the programming to take care of some ooze monsters, man. Ain't no thing. Ain't no thing. Look at these little blobs. Okay, greater black ooze monster. Let's go ahead and just kind of let them come. Well, I was saying let them come. Let's go ahead and start on over here then. Let's get my back line on over here. Let's go ahead and get my pig over here to draw attention.
That wasn't half bad. That's how it's done.
Picking them off one by one. This isn't a big thing. Oh, these things are making weird noises. Just keep picking them off, man. Not a big deal. Did I get my interruption off? Okay. This thing should be dead. Alright, good. Pick up all of that. Anything else? A little bit of treasure over here. Nothing too great. Just a little bit of ooze.
I'm on it.
Alright.
You must gather your party before venturing.
Hush your mouth, girl. Leave by sea. If I can make it there. And I'm expecting the gods, of course, to talk to me here pretty soon. They're gonna want to know the full details of everything. And you know, it's gonna be a long talk, I'm guessing. And I'm hoping to get to that talk before from Captain Ferrante. What's it? A god with an agenda tends to put things into perspective now more than ever. It's imperative we commandeer the floating hangman, if only so that we may chase Aethos to Ukaizo. I have called a meeting of the Consuelo Mes Casitas. Please sail to Dunwich and join us as swiftly as the winds bring you. Okay, destroy the letter. Now, let's pause this. Let's take... Nope. Button clicking. Too quick. Motare Okaizo is over there. Oreo Kuki is up there. That was the place that we could have went to help out with... what's it called? I forget what the heck it was. Was it Crooksburg? It might have been Crooksburg. I can't recall. And up there, of course, is Junevik Village, which has treasure. Now, there is a meeting of the minds over here in Dunwich. Let's go ahead and sail on over here. I think I have enough stuff and things. Yeah, I got plenty of water, plenty of food. And we're still on the mend from our little spit spat with the big... What were they? Fire people? The giant fire people. Who are an interesting crowd to say the least. Very interesting. Now, I expected such things. I'm expecting actually to talk to somebody. Like, oh, here it comes. Okay. About to say,
You
right on
find
cue.
yourself in cold,
Yep.
suffocating darkness. There is a familiar weight in your hand. A lantern. It sputters to life, and the world shifts into focus. A staircase spirals endlessly below you. With nowhere else to go, you start down. On every landing stands a door, each one stranger than the last. Some are clear, made from glass or audra. Others still are locked with chains and bars, or stand ajar, spilling inky gloom across the steps at your feet. You hear the ringing of a small bell far above you. It is joined by another, then another. The ringing rushes down the staircase with all the strength of a river. Your lantern sputters out and you are carried down into the dark. The torrent deposits you in front of an open door carved in the constellations of Aora. Each star indicated by a small golden stud. You step inside.
All right, gods. What do you got for
A
me?
wave of blistering heat hits you. Then a sea salt wind.
Freaking titties again,
Divine
man.
voices boom and screech. Their words shake the platform beneath you, shake the very air around you. The gods are fighting.
No doubt. Giant. These are. Give me some good-looking titties, game. I mean, you guys ain't gonna be able to see this, but God, man, ugly fish monster
Lay
titties.
your blame elsewhere, Wodika. I won't suffer your arguments any longer.
Mogren looms large before you, an accusing finger leveled at the melted visage of Wodika. Wodika screws her mouth into a sneer.
You fool! If only we had attacked him when I first proposed it.
Accusations drip bitter as bile from her tongue.
I'll just wait until you're done.
Ah, if it isn't Bareth's intrepid little minion.
Wodika, the pallid knight, looks down at you, a frown etched deep in her otherwise statue-still features.
I am afraid we are not at our best.
The Watchers returned. Perhaps we should hear what he has to say.
Helia's birds chatter anxiously among themselves. Wal's many eyes alight on each god in turn.
We make little enough progress on our own.
They say, a wry smile contorting their alien features.
Are you planting something new?
We try, but agreement eludes us.
Andra's storm-dark eyes swivel to meet yours.
Is there nothing we can do?
Helia asks. Mogren glances at the pallid knight from the corner of her eye. After a thoughtful pause, she speaks.
The time has come for us to seize the power we have long left untouched and absorb our scattered children.
Mogren says. Andra nods, her lure bobbing bright.
Terrible though it would be, perhaps you are right.
Didn't she mention this once before?
I did, and I was scolded like a child for my terrible audacity.
A curl of steam rises from her nose. The pallid knight looks on, impassive.
Should we be killed, we may possess the bodies of our godlike children. Or should we face a force too powerful to stand against, we can absorb their souls, granting us additional strength.
Yeah, what?
Yes. Thousands of their lives would be forfeit to serve the greater good.
The pallid knight speaks with the chilly temperance possessed only by the god of death.
Who's good? Yours?
We are your gods, forged of thousands upon thousands of willing souls sacrificed on the altar of progress. Yes, our good is greater.
And this is why, honestly, I'm back in Aethos, man. F these people. Alright?
But the time for that plan has long passed us by.
The pallid knight says.
Are we to keep nothing for ourselves? Not a single secret retained? Not a solitary mystery?
Mogren elbows one of Wal's floating eyes away.
Aethys will lay bare our every secret soon enough. What is one or two revealed now? But we get ahead of ourselves. First, the Watcher must get to Ukaizo, and that will be a trial all its own.
Mogren says.
What do you mean?
The Guardian of Ukaizo has stood watch over that place for millennia. It will not stand aside, not even for Bareth's herald.
Andra says. Helia, who had been lost in quiet, anxious conversation with her birds, breaks in.
It yet lives.
Of course. Our progenitors crafted it.
Mogren says. A pair of Helia's finches come to join Wal's floating eye. They hover just out of Mogren's reach and swoop in to poke her when she's not looking.
And the Watcher will be forced to reckon with it if he wishes to confront Aethys.
Mogren says. The birds at last linger too long, and Mogren slaps them away. They burst into a cloud of essence, then reform, and fly in a screeching chorus back to Helia.
Guardian of Kaizo.
A creature crafted by the Ingwithans to protect the machinery of reincarnation. It doesn't care much for visitors.
Mogren says, and
Will you divulge our every secret to the Kith, Mogren?
Wal shouts. Mogren shrugs.
If it suits me.
Go prepared, Watcher. The Guardian will not stand aside, not even for the Herald of Bareth.
Helia says.
Why won't Aethys take care of it?
It is not one of Galawain's mindless beasts. It has a heart and a mind, and it will throw neither away to oppose Aethys.
Andra says.
Huh.
And Aethys will not fight the creature. It would prove little more than a distraction for him, especially as my tsunami and Mogren's volcano couldn't stop him.
Andra says.
Why can't you just, like, get rid of it for me? You know, it'd be a big help.
It is its own creature, Watcher. It does not listen to us.
Andra says.
There is another topic we have yet to address. Tell me, Watcher, where do you stand?
The Pallid Knight holds up one gauntleted hand, and the other gods fall silent.
Oh, God.
What do you think of Aethys' scheme to destroy the wheel?
The Pallid Knight asks.
God, there's no lying here. I would really like to lie to these guys. It's a long time coming. Kith will finally know what a bunch of frauds you all are. With the gods' guidance, we might survive what Aethys plans. On account of the gods for guidance, Kith will have to figure this out. I know this doesn't feel like the act of carrying God to me. Aethys is going to destroy everything. I still don't understand what this all means. What will happen when Aethys destroys will? We'll just go with this. We'll play dumb.
The Pallid Knight spreads wide her hands.
Think of the beyond as a reservoir, the in-between as storm clouds, and souls as rain. When a living thing dies, its soul enters the in-between. And when the in-between grows full, it releases souls into the beyond, where they wait to be redistributed to new bodies, new lives. The wheel is the process by which souls are moved from the in-between to the beyond, from the rain cloud to the reservoir, and from the reservoir into the living world. Without the wheel to mediate the transfer and redistribution of souls, the souls of all who die remain in the in-between. And without souls to fill it, the beyond gradually empties, trapping all of the remaining souls in existence in the in-between. When the beyond is empty and the last creature on Aora dies, that is the end of everything. It is Rimergon's future, the one he wants for us.
Okay.
Soul essence sustains us. We feed off it, off the little fragments you mortal kith shed like snakeskin as you pass into your next life. Without sustenance, we starve as any mortal might. We die and leave a great silence behind, an eternal emptiness from which nothing is born. You see then that we cannot help but argue. The fate of life hangs in the balance, and we are as ever beholden to our natures.
Tell us, Watcher, where do you stand?
Oh my God. What happens if I just say nothing? I'm gonna say nothing.
Let us hope the rest of Kith are not so passive and mindless as you. Aethys does not have your best interests at heart, and you will need your every wit to survive his scheme.
Wotica says, her gaunt features dark.
Oh, I'm mindless, am I?
Aethys loves the mortals more than any of us. He has always been their greatest champion.
Mogren says,
he believes Kith will rise to his challenge. I am not so sure, but I look forward to watching them try.
Mogren says,
how did he fool you all?
He found our blind spot and exploited it admirably. By the time we even had a hint of what it was he intended, it was already too late to stop him.
Mogren says,
if we still had our bodies, we could oppose him.
Wodica balls her bony hands into fists and glares long at Andra.
Do not lay your blame on me. We set them aside after I killed Abaddon, it is true, but you did not fight the decision then.
Andra says. She turns her back on Wodica then, and looks instead to the Pallid Knight.
What if Aethys is right, and Kith succeed in rebuilding the wheel? What then?
Andra asks.
We'll make our world without you in it. Don't worry. Say nothing.
And what if they fail?
Helia asks.
Then they die. And so do we.
Andra says.
We have to help them.
Helia's voice rises, near to panic. Wodica drives her fist into her hand.
Help them! We should finally bring them to heel!
The Pallid Knight raises a hand and stares at Wodica until she falls silent.
Watcher, Aethys yet values your counsel.
The Pallid Knight says. The Pallid Knight's eyes bore into yours.
An impassioned plea from the Hound of Aethys may still temper his actions. Confront him at Ukaizo.
I will make him heed my words.
A bark of dry, bitter laughter escapes Wodica.
You believe you will succeed where I have failed? Ha!
The future of Kith and the gods rests on your shoulders, Watcher, so I hope that you do.
The Pallid Knight's stern countenance softens.
Time moves swiftly away from us now.
The Pallid Knight spreads her hands before her.
Go, Watcher.
The Pallid Knight says.
Do what you must.
The edges of your vision begin to dim. Like a sun setting, twilight encroaches on your mind. The Pallid Knight conjures a blinding white light in her palm that swiftly grows to engulf the room. Then, the crack of thunder rends the air, and you feel the floor drop out beneath you. You come to flat on your back, staring at an all too familiar ceiling. Alone, once again.
Yeah. Most of these gods are just petty and cruel. I'm gonna let them do it. When we finally reach Ukaizo, defeat whatever it is that's standing in our way, I don't care. I literally just don't care. We're gonna let the world end if it has to. That's my plan, people. We're gonna set fire to everything. Everything is gonna freaking burn. Let's get away from this storm, though. We're gonna let the world burn. We're gonna let it reset itself. Whatever. Come see me in the Imperial Command of Brasido when you return to Nakataka. The way to Kaizo lies open for us, but I may require help with the final matter. Yep, everybody's gonna have their little inputs on things. Everybody's gonna have their little 2 bits. They want me to side with them. And I really don't know what to do. I almost just want to do it myself. I just want to go alone. You know, I don't want anybody's help. I don't want to side with anybody. I mean, if I do, I'll figure that out here soon enough. You know exactly what it is that I want to. Over the weekend, I'll mull it on over. I'm going to do a bunch of little... I'm just going to explore. I'm going to get my cash on up, kill a bunch of, I don't know, locals. Get the cash flow, get my hull upgraded, and then... just... I don't know. I'll figure it out then. But for right now, let's see what Ferrante has to say.
I've been loyal to you a long time, Ferrante, but I cannot abide this.
Over here, my friend.
Diverus, is it settled now? I do not like having my hand forced by some rogue god.
Indeed, the vote has been cast. There can be no dispute. The trader Aldis will hang.
Your vote of confidence is appreciated, my Consuelo. Rest assured, you have made the right decision.
Oh, it's done for you, Ferrante.
Do not forget your promise, Ferrante. With Eldis out of the way, you will sail us to Ukaizo, well before the Huana, the Valen Trading Company, or any others can plunder it.
The god will lead us there, and the floating hangman will navigate the storms. Watcher, your timing is impeccable as always. We have just concluded a vote of phenomenal importance. One of our Consuelo members, Captain Aldis, has been charged and found guilty of those crimes, punishable by death.
Which one's punishable by death?
Betrayal.
Huh?
Aldis sacrificed an entire crew of Principi in an ill-fated attempt to lure out the floating hangman so that she might captain it.
Seems like her.
This Consuelo session is now concluded. Watcher, might I have a word with you in confidence?
Sure.
What
I got a little time.
That Margran's teeth changes everything. We must acquire the floating hangman if we've any hope to reach Ukaizo before Eothas destroys everything. Which brings me to my current problem. Somehow, Aldis has uncovered a means to summon the floating hangman, but she is hunkered within her stronghold of Fort Deadlight. Myself and the others of the Consuelo must lay siege to get to her. However, you have a means of entry to the fortress. I need what she knows before I can hang her. Obtain it for me, and I will grant you her seat on the Consuelo.
I'll I'll see what I can do. You know what? I'll talk to her.
Sail to Fort Deadlight and seize the answers which Aldis has secreted for her own gain.
Okay. You're dead, Ferrante. You're absolutely dead. Now, granted, this is not... None of this is optimum. And I expected as much. Aldis is crazy as hell. Ferrante is cold and calculating. But at least Aldis believes in certain things. You know? That's my thought on her. Anyway. You know, she's got some principles, I guess. I mean, she's willing to sacrifice her crew because she wants to, you know, sail away on the ghost ship. But, you know, I don't even know. This is all so crazy here. But that's gonna have to wrap it up for today, everybody. You know, I'm gonna do a bit of exploring over the weekend. I'm gonna just uncouth this whole entire map, is my thought. At least most of it. It takes a long time actually sailing around here. Gather up a bunch of money, get the best hull, and when we come back, we'll sail on down and we'll probably talk to Captain Aldis. We'll see what's kind of going on then, and we'll give her a talk. She'll give me some money, which would be great. I'll take that, and we'll see maybe about getting the flying hangman. I don't know if because this ship is pretty much done. Like, we just got to get the hull and it's done. I think it'd be fine to sail there. I don't know who I want to have come with me. They all seem pretty self-centered in their thoughts and reasoning. Everybody wants to kind of plunder the place. The Huani might be the best choice out of all of them. They just want to, you know, find their way back home is what I've been able to gather. Yeah. Okay. Believes that the location might be, of course, on the island. Okay. We're going to send an expedition to investigate what once used for the shelter and sanctuary of Kaizo. Yeah, I don't know. Tough decisions lie ahead. But I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, comment on down below. But until next time, everybody, take it easy, and I'll see you around. Peace.